Well, with party hopping, I want to ask you guys what, since you guys are the gamers and you guys are like comic book guys that know a lot of the stuff, Void and actors, Void swarms. I always thought it was swords. I don't know, or worms. But
That's one of mine. Void Sword, anyway.
so what have you heard as far as the movies go? Like, I've been hearing a lot of people starting to really get down about Marvel, saying that since they're only coming out with random ones, the real good ones aren't coming out for years, that they're kind of just not caring. What say you guys?
Well, how Marvel's doing their thing now is so they had all the movies, and it all led up to Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. Now
Phase
that
3.
phase and that whole phase is gone now. Now it's going to be random movies again, all leading up to a culmination of everything again, after like after years. And that's how they keep everyone interested.
Yeah, but how is it going to keep some layman's person like me interested if you guys know the Eternals, you guys know about the rings and all this and that, and Doctor Strange? When if you think about it, for the most part, the average people know uh, Iron Man, Captain America, uh, Nick Fury, War Machine, Punisher, Blade. The average people know that because there's been movies and it's been in the cartoons more or less, in Spider-Man. So how is it that we're gonna know, let alone even care to enjoy, like the Eternals? Like, first off, I don't even like Angelina Jolie. She just looks skanky to me. But they're gonna, apparently it's gonna bring in Thanos, or it's supposed to revive some people, or, and it's like, how are people like us supposed to enjoy it if we don't know and we don't bother trying because they're not like big heroes? Like, it's kind of like saying, okay, well, we're done with Superman, Aquaman, and Batman, and Wonder Woman. Let's move on with Hawk and Dove and Robin and Cyborg. Like, what? Why?
Basically, what they're
Uh,
trying to do there is they're trying to expand the universe because why they're not the most important, you'll see the Eternals and all those pop up constantly in main storylines.
Yeah, but like, why did they have to? Why didn't they like include them now and just stretch out the whole end game and all stuff like that, and just kind of maybe not show a Captain America movie or Iron Man movie for 3 years, and then show them in between, and then kind of culminate them? Don't you think doing it
because they
this way?
wanted to they wanted to focus more on the main characters to get people interested in Marvel. Right? It got people interested in comic books. Um, and now they're going off the fact that, well, everyone's interested. And so, yes, they might be more risque, more out there movies, um, but they are hoping that that'll still bring people in. Um,
Well, do you think that like people like you that are really into it deep, that have like sat home reading them instead of riding four wheelers and playing football, you guys are like really deep into it, as to like people who just go out and do other stuff, play sports, aren't home as much, but enjoy Captain America, like the Avengers or the Justice League? Like, do you think that even people like you are gonna like go, wow, this is a great movie, The Eternals, oh, they did such a good job? Or are you gonna be more critical of it for the fact that it's not as known? You know what I mean?
I'm going to be
I
critical. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, DJ.
I see every movie,
Yeah.
whether people say it's bad or not. I have my own opinion.
Yeah.
I went to go see I went to go see Birds of Prey,
I'm sorry.
and I liked it. It's cheesy, it's bad, but I liked it.
And
But
for me, I'm more critical on a lot of Marvel movies because they portrayed some of the stuff in like Infinity War and Endgame, not how that the whole Civil War arc and then the Affinity and all that set there. And so to me, I'm more like critical on the movies because I read the comic and then don't expect them to do something with their creative license.
So
I literally got burned out on the movies.
yeah, me too. After Infinity War, I didn't even care about Endgame. I was like, nah, I'm no hurry, no hurry. And sure enough, watching Endgame, it's so drawn out. It's like, and I mean, did they really have to kill Iron Man? You know, Captain America, did he have to get old? Because he's saying that he'd come back. Well, it's not like I'm looking to, but I'm not saying I won't. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll want the money because he'll be the big star next to Spider-Man, so he'll get more money. And it's basically, that's what I was saying. It's too bad that they didn't do it separately for the fact that they'll be able to do, they could separate them and have years in between, and in between the years, or like say how this year there's really nothing coming out except for Black Widow. They could have Black Widow and Eternals come out this year, and then next year the next Iron Man or this or that. And I don't understand why they didn't do that. You know, like every other year have like the ones people don't know, then the ones people do know. So this way it's an arc that they could follow because they have to. Because I remember years ago when it first started with Iron Man 1 and Thor, they were supposed to make separate video games that went along with the movie that told the story to make the story longer, to fill in the holes. And they never did. They backtracked on that. But I'm just saying that, like, for you guys, you're going to enjoy it, but not quite as much. Do you think that the loss of, like, Iron Man and, like, what they're kind of doing with Hulk?
I mean, the loss of a major character is felt everywhere. Because it's just, like, but you have to think that people didn't think that the comic book movies would last that long.
Yeah.
To last almost 15 years between whenever Iron Man first came out.
Yeah, but to be fair, it took them a long time. They took like 3 years in between each movie, as where Spider-Man does one every other year. So that's kind of, 15 years, he's been playing the role, It's like, he's really not. He's only played, that's, when they say that, it makes me feel like there's 15 years worth of him. But there's not. He's been in like maybe 10 movies throughout 15 years, but it's not 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately,
It's one of those. No, you go, Rob. That time.
They're basically doing an old-fashioned marketing model that's basically they draw out to increase the amount of like fanfare they get from each like movie release.
Yeah.
And to add up to their story and all that. So unfortunately, it also, unless you're like a diehard fan that wants to sit there and see it, they lose interest pretty quickly because they're not wanting to wait 15 years or even 3 years between each movie release.
Well, I know that was a big thing with Robert Downey Jr. He wanted to do other movies, and he did that Doolittle movie, which just bombed before it even came out. They said it was god awful. And now he's doing another Sherlock, which the second Sherlock wasn't even as good as the first one. That shit was long and drawn out. So, like, to me, it feels like he says he doesn't want to die as a character. He doesn't want to ruin it or kind of be typecast. But to be honest, I mean, he literally is Tony Stark in real life. He was a rich playboy who screwed up and then came out on top and did something amazing and made a character.
Unfortunately, he's already typecasted. Yeah, he's already been typecasted.
So why is he playing out off like he's not? It's like, dude, we love you as that. It's not like you're typecasted as the Poltergeist girl or typecasted as Firestarter. And then you got to do a ton of crappy movies to get out of that hole. I mean, that's what I don't get, like, what his issue is.
Unfortunately, typecast is a very bad issue with a bunch of Hollywood actors and actresses.
Yeah, but ever since
it's why into something, you're stuck.
Yeah, but ever since
Robert Pattinson wanted to get out of his Twilight role.
But ever since, I know they were supposed to do 2 more or something. But ever since he did Iron Man, he's gotten so many more. Iron Man brought his career back, And if anything, he's gotten so many movie roles since then. So many. He's probably done more movies
I mean,
other than Iron Man.
I mean, Disney wasn't originally going to hire Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man because of his drug addiction.
Yep. And they also said if it wasn't for Iron Man, it never would have made it this far. Iron Man is what catapulted this whole thing. Because, you know, let's face it, Captain America, yeah. Hulk failed twice, you know. So, I just, you guys think that they might bring him back in some shape or form?
Most likely.
I feel like some of the movies aren't going to do as well. They'll do like 600 million, and they'll be like, "Shit, we got to bring him back." Like
I mean,
in the Spider-Man movie, Far From Home, or is it Far From Home? Yeah, Far From Home. When the guy that plays God, I can't think of his name. Brain fart in here. The guy that played Mysterio. Yeah, did he really come from another timeline?
Jake Gyllenhaal. No. If you no.
He said he did.
Spoiler alert.
No, he literally listening and watching the whole movie. He was just what do you call it? He was ruined. His life was ruined by Tony Stark because he worked for Tony.
But there was mention that he's from another timeline. He goes, "I'm from the multiverse." Was he just making that up?
He had to make it up to be Mysterio.
Okay, yeah, unfortunately, like, spoiler here, Mysterio is known for his, using everything he can.
Like, he's an illusionist.
Yeah. I know that.
And he's always been bad about, trying to lead people to believe one thing while coming up behind him and stabbing in the back. Mysterio's always been like that.
No, he's not dead, right?
Which...
Mysterio?
Yeah, he ain't dead.
Probably not.
No, probably not.
He did die at the end of the movie.
No. They said he asked if this is all real. Is what I'm saying. It's like, and he said, "Yeah, it's all real," meaning because they still had it hacked and they were recording him when he said, "Destroy them all" or "Kill them all" or whatever. So that's what they said right there was a point where he could have been still alive, but he faked his own death because he is the master of illusion. I mean, he did touch him and talk to him, but you really think you really think?
DJ, I think.
Huh?
I think he's not truly dead because he's played the whole "I'm dead" card before. I mean, and there is the whole rule about comic books. A hero or a villain is not truly dead until you see them eviscerated in the comic.
Yeah, like
And
there
even
has
then,
to be.
they might come back because of a timeline issue or something.
Plus the fact that he's an illusionist, he could have had something to make people think he was dead. I mean, and you really think a school kid's gonna know, even if he is Spider-Man, it's gonna know if his heart rate. I mean, he has spider sense, but he doesn't have super hearing, so he could have faked it. You know, I'm sure if you went up to a couple bodies, you couldn't tell which ones were completely dead or not.
Nope.
So.
And even then, there are some natural plants in that can slow your heart rate.
Yeah, so like, and plus, if you think about it too, the Sinister Six, how do you have it without Mysterio?
Mysterio actually wasn't one of the Sinister Six for a little.
No, but he
There's
was
been
in it.
several iterations that they can use.
But you got a guy who played that role really good. Like, why would you leave him out and try to put someone else in, hoping he does it well? It wouldn't make sense. I mean, you fall into it where Jake Gyllenhaal does such a great job. It's like you want him back. I mean, if he sucked it up like Andrew Garfield did, and just blew the whole thing,
Rhino,
then I could say
Doc Ock, and then the other two are usually slightly functional. Like Vulture is another usually mainstay, and then that sixth one can fluctuate somewhat.
Oh, sorry about that. My
usually
controller.
Electro, Rhino, Doc Ock, Vulture, Lizard. And then
but Vulture knows who he is, and what I don't get is he knows who he is. He knows who Peter Parker is, and he protected him. Why would he go after him? That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. It sounds like even if he is in the Sinister Six, he's going to be there to help Peter Parker and turn on them, because he protected them because Peter Parker saved his daughter.
See, Vulture's not really a true villain in that aspect. He's more of a anti-hero, kind of like Deadpool or
Yeah.
Flashpoint Slade.
Flashpoint Slade. What?
Deathstroke. Like the Deathstroke in the Flashpoint world in DC was a hero. He was fighting on the side of good to stop the wars and that, so they didn't die.
Well, technically, he's not really a villain. He's a mercenary for hire, and nobody's going to hire him to commit murder except bad people. That's the only reason why he's there. But he's done good. He's helped good guys. I mean, he
was a straight up good guy in that one, but
yeah, that's
and not really if you talk about his whole relationship with his daughter Rose.
Oh yeah, well, they're showing that in Teen Titans, or Titans rather, which is kind of cool. But
no, she was a Titan there for a little too.
Yeah, but that's what I don't get though.
Was.
I don't get why they didn't use Manu Bennett. He was Deathstroke already. Like, that would have been the perfect person to use. Instead, they go with that guy. The hell's his name? Shit, he's not even a badass. He was even on Chicago PD like a couple seasons ago as like their captain. Oh my god, I can't think of their name. But anyway,
Tom
what do you?
Selleck?
No, not Blue Bloods. Not Blue Bloods. Wow. What do you think about the Flash? Have you heard anything about the Flash movie?
Not yet.
Because we know
I do
Wonder
know
Woman's
a lot of
coming
people
out.
Except it's
hoping
gonna be
that
like
Grant
Flashpoint.
Gustin's in there
Wait, he is?
because everybody, because Grant Gustin, just like how they see Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, they see Grant Gustin now as Flash.
But he's not going to be Flash.
Same.
It's going to be Ezra.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, yeah, but they still were hoping that it'd be there because Grant Gustin is the, Flash from the CW and all that.
Have you been watching CW Flash?
Yep.
Occasionally, like I don't watch it anywhere near as much as DJ.
Did you
here,
see?
but-
Yeah, but now since Flashpoint, they're finally going with an actual Flash. Barry Allen, the way he's supposed to be, sarcastic, funny faces, funny looks, not so serious, crying. Oh, I miss her. See, that's a difference.
Actually, the whole Flashpoint, he was, kind of a crybaby on that one. It was his own stupidity on that one.
No, I know, but Crisis. After Crisis, did I say Flashpoint? I meant Crisis. After this last Crisis, he's more funnier, he's jokier, he's more carefree-ish in a way where, I guess maybe because I don't know if his powers were still unlocked or not. I don't know, because I know they gave Cisco back his powers, but then I think he lost them. I don't know.
He gave them up again.
Wait, he did give them up again, or they just took it away
He took the cure.
again, twice? I didn't see that. Why didn't I see that?
So the way that what might have happened, because they never actually showed it.
Uh-huh.
So the monitor gave Cisco his powers back.
Yeah.
But then they just didn't acknowledge it. And then whenever Crisis was over and Earth Prime was created, then they're going along the lines that Cisco took the cure. He doesn't have his powers.
Or you think he does, maybe, and he just kind of went off on his
He
own?
might have his. I mean, he's coming back. The
Today.
last episode. Yep, the
Huh?
last episode had him.
Yeah, they said
No,
he was
no,
coming
no.
back.
The last episode had him call Camilla.
Yeah,
saying
he's
that he
coming
was
back. Yeah. There was talk about him not coming in this season. Everybody's like, no.
Yep. He was supposed to leave the end of last season.
But why? Why would you get rid of him? He's like one of the best parts. It's just like Arrow ending. It's like, okay, well, you killed Green Arrow. Okay. Well, Green Arrow's died before. They do it in Crisis. Okay, whatever. Now, what about Arsenal? Why can't Arsenal be Red Arrow? Why can't Speedy be Green Arrow? No, they have the daughter's going to be Green Arrow in the future, and she's such a wussy. She's so it's like Batwoman. I guess they feel, oh, Batwoman's doing so well, but it's really not, because Batwoman's only had 2 fucking villains all season. Her sister every goddamn episode, and 1 guy. And everybody says it.
I mean,
Batwoman sucks. So corny and cheesy.
The only problem with people when it comes to like hero TV shows and superhero movies is they never want them to end.
Okay.
Yep.
There's only so much people can do. You do not want to be stuck in a role
For so long.
for 10 plus years.
Well, he claims the reason he left was because he was having a baby again, and they were joking, saying this is how your how your whole career as Arrow started. It's ending the same way, where you're having a kid. He had a kid in the beginning when it first started. Now he's having a kid now that he's leaving. But then he had that stupid district or whatever unit or whatever crappy movie he made with his cousin, The Man That Can't Act Either, Part 2. And now they're getting it on Apple. They're getting a series. So now he's just jumping into it to do it. So it's like, to me, it's like, as a fan, it's like, he's a dick. Don't just say, look, I'm tired of playing the role. There's not much I could do left. He literally went out of his way everywhere to say, oh, well, you know, I want to be a father and a husband, and I want to spend time with my kids and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. But when you jump back into something else, that's just some douchey shit. They could have at least did it differently, where Arrow could have been on, like I said, hand it off to the one dude. The one dude wanted to do it. I forget his name. The guy that plays, the hell's his name? Roy Harper. He wanted to do it. And in the comics, he does do it. Or what about Connor Hawke? Or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, they never even got, Green Lantern into it. They never did Emerald Knights. It's almost like they started out Arrow. The first couple seasons were pretty cool. Then it went downhill. It started to get better. And then it just dragged ass for 2 seasons. And it's like, okay, well, and the ratings were dropping. I mean, it was like, I think the number 2 or number 3 show. So it's like, that's not good. Why not use somebody else? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, the problem is, I mean, this whole conversation is going to come up again. The exact conversation is going to come up again whenever Grant Gustin decides that he wants to not do Flash anymore.
Yeah, but see, the difference between him and Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell's in his 30s. He likes to go around. He's the kind of guy that likes to go to different games, get into wrestling, and do oddball stuff. And basically, he's athletic as hell, and he likes to just do what he wants to do. And he has a family. Grant Gustin, on the other hand, he's a comic book nerd. He's like you guys. He's going to want to do it for a while.
A wife now.
Yeah, now. But he's going to want to be doing this.
And if they ever decide to have a kid...
Maybe. But he's still young yet. He's only, what, his mid-20s? Late 20s?
No. Grant Gustin's in his 30s.
No shit.
Yeah,
Grant
he just has very
Grant
youthful
Gustin's got
genes.
like the full-on beard and everything. Whenever you see him.
But he's a nerd though. He'd want to keep playing because, I mean, first of all, he's getting a lot of stuff. They're saying he's one of the best ones. Blah blah blah. Personally, I think he's too skinny. He needs to jack up a little. He needs to get a little bigger. I'm glad they actually used John Wesley Shipp, his Flash in there because, I mean, come on. Physically looking, that Flash was always better. And if you watch the show when it was on, he was jacked even back then. But I don't know. I think Gustin probably take a while. But see, that's the thing too. Is like they're saying they don't want a Batman on TV, but they don't want it in the movies and TV. But they're failing in the movies. And Matt Reeves doesn't want his Batman to be in the Justice League Batman. So who's going to take that Batman? Any word on that?
Not yet. I mean the whole Matt Reeves' Batman, like the Batterson.
Battison.
Robert Battison.
Yep. It's the Battison.
He it's a completely different Batman. I mean, it's like Batman's origin from I forget what the comic was. I posted it, Rob, like in our chat whenever we were talking about it.
Yeah.
But it's like from the dark hero storyline. I forget. But
Did
yeah,
it?
it's when he like made his own outfit and he was driving around on like a motorcycle and his bat signal was made out of guns
Like
and stuff.
Day One Batman or something like that. It's close. It's one of those.
You think it's gonna be any
Yeah,
good?
it's basically like it was like his first year of basically being the Batman.
I'm hoping that it'll be good
Because they want to
because
do
I'm
3 of them.
hoping that Pattinson
Pattinson.
is good as it, so he can get out of his whole.
He looks good in the
I'm a
suit though.
sparkly. He's
He
like,
looks-
I'm a sparkly.
But did you see him in the suit? Did you see pictures? He actually looks pretty
Oh,
good
yeah,
with the
I
helmet on.
saw the actual picture that they had. It looks a lot better than it looking like Deadpool, not Deadpool, Daredevil
You mean the?
with the red hue
You mean the?
that they showed, the teaser.
Okay, it's 0 year, DJ.
There it is.
Well, what villains are going to be in
0
that?
year.
What villains are going to be in that one?
Well, if it's a 0 year, that'd be the Red Hood, Doctor Death, and Riddler.
It,
But
Dr.
so
Death.
far,
Some of-
it's Paul Dano in the as the Riddler, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, and Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Why
And
the
a rumored
Penguin?
3 more villains.
Why?
because it's before.
No,
it's
why is he
before-
playing the Penguin? Why is Colin Farrell? That's such a bitch role. Come on. He's a badass, or was a badass. I see him more like
might
playing
wanna-
like the Joker or playing like Deathstroke.
I mean, the
'cause
thing
he's
is,
more-
they might want it. Nah, they won't do another Deathstroke. If they're gonna do a Deathstroke, it'll be Joe Manganiello.
Now
to do
did Joe
Deathstroke.
did Joe Manganiello? I heard rumor that he's not playing the role anymore because they don't know what they're gonna do. They're thinking about like re-scrapping the Justice League. Did you hear about that?
Okay,
shit?
so he was on. So surprisingly, he was on Good Mythical Morning, and he talked that he has been in the suit since the end of Suicide Squad. He has been in the suit again.
Oh, so he's not telling us, but he's telling us.
Yeah, he's like, I have been in the suit. He's like, it still fits.
Now, see, did you know that Henry Cavill beat him out for Superman?
Did you also know that they want Henry Cavill to be
Batman.
no. What is it? They want him to be Wolverine, the new Captain Marvel movie.
No, that'd be dumb. That'd be real dumb. You know who would be a good Wolverine?
Well,
Carl Urban.
it depends on which iteration of Wolverine he's going to be, because, like, Superman, Wolverine's been around forever.
But there's nothing gruff about. There's nothing gruff about Henry Cavill. There's nothing like that. None of his movies they talk like that. Dude, even The Witcher, he looks like a metrosexual white-haired man with yellow eyeballs. He just doesn't look like. I mean, he looks the part, but he just doesn't sound it. You know, he's got the face, but even Wolverine is.
I
like,
mean, if you listen to him, and then if you listen to the girl from the actual Witcher series, they actually do sound pretty similar.
well, the thing is though, you look at Henry Cavill. The Henry Cavill I could see as like Captain America, more so than Chris Evans, because he's wider, he's thicker, stronger. But I honestly think that Carl Urban would be better. He's older, he's gruffer, he's got the hair, he's got the face, and they're gonna put a suit on him anyway. The X-Men like suit anyway, so that could, just like Shazam, they can fake the body.
That's the thing. They have to make sure you don't get typecasted.
Oh please, whoever gets typecasted as Wolverine next is probably gonna be like, "Fuck this shit, I'll play this forever." Screw Hugh Jackman. He could die. Who cares? Because come on, Hugh
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman's played it for a while.
Yeah, but
The only reason why he wanted to stop was because of the
he wanted to get people a good
the
ending
actual.
to it.
Well, there's that and the regimen that he had to keep up with to keep that physique.
But that's what I'm saying. He can wear the X-Men suit. In the MCU, Wolverine isn't supposed to be a loner. He's supposed to be part of the X-Men, and he's supposed to be in the red and black or the gold and black suit. So if anything, they could make his body look like that where he doesn't have to. So to me, him saying that shit is bullshit, because if they can make Shazam look jacked, they can make Hugh Jackman look better than he did. And if you think about it, Wolverine always had that old gruff looking face.
Don't worry about it right now. Just don't worry.
You know?
Well, and actually, Wolverine has actually been a loner most of his
No, I know, but they're using the X-Men version. They're using the X-Men version in the Avengers, because they always had the X-Men version in the Avengers. He wore the mask with the yellow and black, so they're going with that. So you could put anybody in there who has a good face. I say Carl Urban has that same face as what's his face, and he's also Australian, so he has that kind of accent and he could growl. I mean, have you seen The Boys? Have you seen that on The Boys? On
what?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, the hell, it's on
I don't have
Prime?
Amazon's.
Oh, dude, like this is like.
Oh yeah,
DC...
I don't have Amazon Prime.
Oh, this is DC comic, and it's like very vile, very fucked up. Like where this girl had the guy, the landlord was eating her, and then she just crushed his head. With some bone came out of her crotch, she just crushed his head. I mean, this shit is like, and you're like, what the fuck? And Carl Urban, I don't know if you know who he is, but he plays this one guy who's basically this regular guy. I don't want to ruin the story if you ever see it, but he's kind of like a killer, and it's almost like the good guys are actually more violent than the bad guys, and the bad guys are actually supposed to be good guys, but they're actually the bad guys. So it's like really weird.
Well, yeah, me and DJ know who Carl Urban is.
Yeah, I think he would be good. Even if like, I don't know. I just don't think that he. I don't know.
DJ, if you're having trouble placing him, he played Leonard McCoy in the new Star Treks.
Oh yeah.
He also played Vaco in the what is it? Not Pitch Black, but the Riddick film series.
Yeah,
I also
he's
know
Australian.
him from American Horror Story.
Yeah, he's either Australian.
Yes, he was also Judge Dredd in Dredd.
Wait, was that him?
Yep.
I thought that was somebody else. I thought that was
He was Judge Dredd in Dredd.
Huh. Yeah, see,
I think he's I think he's from New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah, but he's a badass. He's a badass guy. He could play the role good. That's why it's like.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to go for a little because I gotta go cook supper.
I mean,
I made macaroni and cheese and tater tots, chicken nuggets.
Nope, hamburgers.
Oh, boo!
Don't boo hamburgers.
Chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Come on, man. Come on, Loki. Pound it. Come on, pound it. Come on, pound it. Come on, buddy. He's looking at me like, fuck you. But have you heard anything about the DC movies? Or what might be happening or changing? Because I'm trying to find out stuff, but then because I know they're supposed to be doing the Lantern show on HBO, but I don't know if Diggle's going to be on it.
They're thinking about. I was about to say they're thinking about having Diggle.
On that?
No. They would probably introduce him in Arrow, or not in Arrow, but on the show first before they put him in anything else.
Think so? I hope so. I mean, dude, he's good. He would be perfect for Jon Stewart. And think about it. They're like, oh, but it would cost a lot of money, this and this. It's like you got $1 billion from Netflix, so they could get your shit for the next couple years as soon as, like a week after your season ends. $1 billion is a lot of money, dude, to spend on a TV show. And you know they ain't spending that much on The Flash. And Batwoman, they sure shit ain't, because that show sucks balls. It really sucks. I mean, the girl that plays Alice, the evil one, she's the best part of the whole show. Ruby Rose garbage. She really is, and if I offend you, I don't apologize.
Nah,
She is trash.
I don't like Batwoman.
It's all about, oh, a lesbian lover. I love her. I don't want her around. She interfered in my life.
And then they push that into Supergirl as well.
Yeah, it's like,
Have
who
them be the
cares?
team ups.
It's like, yeah, she's supposed to be, and Ruby Rose is supposed to be the new Arrow version. Like, she's supposed to be the badass. And instead of Flash and Arrow, it's going to be Supergirl and Batwoman. But yet, they haven't had team ups. They're all on the same Earth. They're literally across the pond, or the river, rather. And you don't hear nothing or see nothing, which makes no sense. The one good thing about Arrow is occasionally you see, like, the Flash run by, or he'd be like, hey, got him, how's this? Damien Dark was leaving town, and whew, oh, you got yourself a speedster. I mean, I don't know. And then I heard that Brandon Routh, since he left, he already filmed his thing in October, and I didn't know his wife plays Nora, his real life wife. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
That they left the show and that they're pitching, I think either Guggenheim or Berlanti is pitching to HBO to get a short series, like one season, maybe 20 episodes or something for Superman, for the Superman he played in Crisis.
Ooh.
On HBO. Can you imagine that shit? 55-minute episode, no commercial. Superman, it'd be like having 4 Superman movies. But honestly, honestly though, I don't like Tyler Laughlin. I don't like him. Or Letcher, or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
He's got,
how the hell did you say his last name?
He also, dude, he has an odd face. He's got weird fucking teeth. He was smaller than the Flash. He's smaller than the Flash. Come on. When they had all 3 Supermen standing next to each other, it was Brandon Routh, Tom Welling, then him. Yeah. And it's like, dude, like, and his teeth are all fucked up. Like, get the guy some veneers or some shit, man. He's got, like, weird teeth and a funny smile, like, ah. You know, what happens when his kids tower over him? Like, come on. They didn't even try to hide the fact that he was short. I think that since Tom Welling didn't want to do it, I don't see why they don't have, they didn't have Brandon Routh play Superman and Lois. Because remember when Lois saw him, she's like, ooh, he's like, hey. Tyler Superman's like, hey, what? Because she's looking
you actually look like it.
Yeah, she's like, oh. And he's like, hold on. But see, that's the thing that I don't like, is that, like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's me. But I think, like, the CW needs to, because like you said, we're in season 6 of The Flash, which it seems like a lot more, which tells you it was a great show. And they've had great villains and some crappy ones. Now, is Red Death coming in? Because
if Red Death was going to come in, it would be
soon, right?
Yeah, it would have to be soon.
Because they said with everything with Void or Black Hole, and they were saying like with Reverse Flash, it's supposed to be something like what was it? The Reverse Flash. It's supposed to be something like he's coming. And they're like, oh, he's coming, and because he's seeing all the different Welleses and stuff, and then his head shook and eyes went red. But then I heard Paul Wesley was playing him, and he was going to be Bruce Wayne playing it. Now, if Red Death comes in, was the main Red Death Bruce Wayne? It was Batman with the Speed Force, right? And he was killing people. That's one of the Red Deaths. Because I know they said there's a couple different iterations. That'd be great. Then get a Batman in there, even if it's Bruce Wayne most of the time, and then sometimes Batman. Because to be honest, like, why can't you put that on TV? You're not giving it to us in the movies. You know, you put too much on.
That's the truth.
Yeah, give it to us on TV, man. I'm sure Paul Wesley's like his age. I'm sure he'll play Batman and Bruce Wayne for like 6-7 seasons.
He would definitely play it.
But you know who would be the best though? You know who would be the best Bruce Wayne and the best Batman?
Who?
They teased it, and he said, yeah, he would do it. He goes, yeah, I'm doing it just in spite of Ben Affleck, just to be funny. But the fucking guy that played in Originals, that played the brother, the murdering brother, the dark-haired one, Elijah. God, what the hell's his name? Dude, they show him in his suit. 'Cause he's always wearing suits with his scowl face and the hair. Perfect Bruce Wayne. And that face, the lower face, the jaw and the lips and everything, like they always say with Batman, has to have that certain jawline with the mouth, where it looks like he's pouting, like brooding. Dude, he'd be perfect. And someone actually did a mock photo. I was like, dude, he'd be so perfect for it. God, I forget his name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I would have to see the face and like probably be able to like fully look it up.
Now, how do you have all these crossovers and these world-fighting things with a bitch Superman, Supergirl, who's taller than Superman, which is fucked up,
Yes.
a wimpy-ass Batwoman who really didn't do shit in Crisis or the other one, Arrow and the Flash, no Batman, no real Superman. Like, how do you do that? No Green Lantern. Come on, they got to build up to that, you know. They showed Hal Jordan on Arrow when he got up from his stool when Argus found Oliver Queen in the bar.
Yeah.
Aren't they going to use a Hal Jordan? Say, oh, well, they mentioned it. They go, yeah, a pilot went missing a few years ago. He should have come back. And they never did. They're always mentioning things of Ferris Air. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. I want more. I don't care what they say. I want more.
I want more.
I want more. Because TV's going downhill. And it's like, and Lucifer, too, is on Netflix, and they were saying that it was going to be the final season, and they're going to have like 15 episodes. They jacked it up from 10 to 15. And then someone told me that he heard that Lucifer might actually go on for another season.
Ooh.
Because he said because of the popularity of the show, that they're thinking they might go another season. I mean, how do you buy a series and do 10 episodes and say, okay, final season next year? What? And why the hell doesn't the CW just put it on their network? Give it 22 episodes again. There's so much to do. It's like, how are you going to have him get back with Chloe? I don't know if you've watched it yet or not. But, like, how do you get all those loose ends tied up and get to the main point of what you were doing in 10 episodes? And their episodes were like,
that's the problem.
yeah. And he was great on Crisis. That shit was so funny. Well, hello, Constantine. It's Teen. See, what do you want? I want my daddy to live. Ooh, daddy issues. Why don't you say so? And what about this? Tall, dark, and annoyed by me. That shit was funny. But, so you haven't heard anything new on anything else like that would be interesting that people would want to hear, other than the fact that, like, I don't know why. I think it stopped coming up, but it came up for a while. Pagey, he's so annoying. He's like, oh, guys, here's my theories on here's how things gonna work. God, he's so annoying. At first, he was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, dude, this guy's even, Stephen Amell said he's educated. He knows his stuff, but he's wrong. And he keeps doing it. He puts like video out after video after video. And then telling you who's good and who to listen to and who not to. And I'm thinking, why would I listen to you? And then you got everything awesome where it's like, hey guys, we're giving away 2 PlayStation Pros. What, every episode, every video? Really? When you got like 900 PlayStation Pros? Really, dude? Like, they say it every time and you can tell it's recorded. And you know they ain't giving shit away. People are buying it. I think chicks on YouTube and Mixer and Twitch, chicks to have their boobies somewhat exposed or boobies sticking out where guys are like, to watch their stuff should be banned because that's an unfair advantage like steroids. And I think people promising to give shit away need to prove it to the channel that they're actually giving things away because they're getting subscribers and there's no freaking way that guy's giving 2 away. Every video you click on. Today we're giving 2 and 2 Infinity Saga Collector's Editions. It's like, dude, right, whatever. If you had that kind of money, trust me, you wouldn't be giving anything away. You'd be giving a car away.
Yep.
Right?
Stuff that people really want.
PlayStation's $300. You're gonna give $600 plus the Infinity Saga, which is like $150. You're gonna give away like $1,000 a week? Yeah, I don't think so. Hey guys, is everything awesome? Oh god, I wish I could record my dog. He's playing. Hey, chew on that. But anyway,
He's what?
I have this. I got the oh, what the hell they call that thing? The something 9. Damn it, I can't remember the name of it. And it's got like all the arcade stuff. Stop chewing. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Flash, help me, save me. He's a little dog, but anyway. But you haven't heard anything about the movies, or what about Venom? Have you heard anything about Venom?
No.
That's coming out this fall, right? In November.
Yes.
Because Andy Serkis is in Batman, the new Batman. He's in it. He's not directing it, but he's in it. He's playing Alfred.
Yep. Which
he's
I'm actually interested to see that.
And he's directing Venom, and I think he has something to do in Suicide Squad too. He's moved up from Planet of the Apes.
Moved up from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, well,
He's moved up from Marvel.
what do you mean? What did he do in Marvel? What did he?
Remember, he was Claw.
Claw. Oh shit! Yeah. Yeah. Why the hell don't we have a Black Panther movie out this year? This is gonna wait another 2 years for that shit. Like, he's gonna take on a booty ass version of Aquaman. Like, really? Oh, did you hear, last thing before I end this? Did you hear anything about what happened with Warner Brothers and Fox? About
what?
How one of their head guys who got fired. Well, I think either he or someone else was suggesting that that Warner Brothers might pass off the DC comic movies to Kevin Feige.
Oh yes. No, not the movies. The comics is what they were.
What? Why would he give the comics away? That doesn't make any sense.
For what do you call it? For better storylines, for better doing stuff, because it wasn't the movies. It was mostly comics.
So the crossover would be in a comic, not the movies.
Yes.
That would be stupid. Why? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't poison DC with Marvel and Marvel with DC. Because then there'll be so many nerds that'll be killing themselves. Go, that's not how it would go. No way he could beat Thor. Thor's a god. You know? I don't know. Did I strike a nerve with that one?
No.
You got quiet. You're like, fucking dickhead.
I'm doing Crucible right now. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it was good talking about this. I figure out maybe I could get some inside scoops or something, and find out a little.
Yeah, but yeah, when movies and everything start coming out, it'll be a little bit more active because we'll actually find out exactly.
Well, you saw Suicide Squad?
What's been going on?
I mean, Birds of Prey. Did you watch Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey. Yes.
Okay, let me ask you. This will be a spoiler alert if anybody's listening, so just turn this off. What happened at the end? What was the end?
Like, okay, you mean like the end?
The end of it, and then
credits.
The end, and then the after credits. Yeah.
All right. So what happened at the very, very end was you had. Okay. So at the very end, Black Mask is betrayed. He's betrayed by Black Canary. He's betrayed by Harley Quinn.
I thought they were there to beat him up.
No, okay, so Black Canary and Harley Quinn. Okay, so Black Canary works works for Black Mask in the movie
Yeah.
as his like singer.
Oh.
But what happens is one of the diamonds goes missing that Black Mask is trying to get. It has codes and everything on it.
Yeah.
But a little girl ends up eating it. Like she fucking swallows it, and Black Mask wants to get it out of her. So he could send Zaz to kill her, since Zaz is like his right-hand man.
God, Zaz.
The serial killer.
Yeah, they made a bitch in Arkham. Yeah.
He's his right-hand man, but instead he learns that Harley Quinn has been hiding her.
Huh.
And so he ends up paying off somebody that's hiding Harley Quinn, and then so he ends up hiding Harley Quinn, and then after they hide Harley Quinn, then he sends Harley Quinn to go get her because she ran away, and there's like another cop in there, and then you have the Huntress who's also in there. But they end up all working together at the very, very end of the movie to take down Black Mask once and for all.
Oh, so that's...
and save.
Oh, okay. So the
And save the
commercials
girl.
lie. So the commercials lie. What you see in the commercials doesn't
Yeah.
happen towards the end. Okay. So then what happens?
So yeah. And then at the very end, okay, so the whole movie, the actual movie is called Birds of Prey and like the fabulous like something of Harley Quinn. So Harley Quinn is just there, but the actual Birds of Prey girls at the very end are Huntress, the cop that was trying to chase them down throughout the whole movie, but she ends up losing her job, and Black Canary, who doesn't do her like power
Sonic, yeah.
for like actual supersonic scream power. She doesn't do it until like the very end of the movie because she's scared of it.
So there's going to be
like
a,
she's
there's
scared
going to
of
be
what
a, there's going to be a Birds of Prey 2 probably, right?
Probably. But then after everything is gone and everything, they keep on giving the little girl laxatives and everything, and so they go eat at a diner. And whenever she ends up having to go, Harley Quinn goes and helps her, and then they end up stealing the car and driving away, away. Yeah, with the diamond and everything, and all the money, and Harley Quinn has a new lease on life because her and
Joker broke up.
And she ends up taking a like gasoline tanker and driving it straight into Ace Chemicals in like the first half of the movie, and absolutely just destroys all of Ace Chemicals.
That's okay.
Black Mask dies in it.
Jesus, like
in
Obi-Wan.
the movie.
Like
he
Obi-Wan,
gets absolutely destroyed. He gets a grenade. So
what happens
Harley Quinn pulls the grenade from him, like from his like jacket, and he gets blown up. Like in full glory, you see everything just full on.
So it's corny as hell. Yeah. So what happens at the end? At the end before the credits, like when the movie ends, what's the ending like? She just gets away.
Yeah, she drives away. Like that's the very end of the movie. So
And after the credits?
Yeah. There is not really there's not an after credit scene in it. If you stay long enough, at the very end, Harley Quinn's voice is on screen, and she says something along the lines of, "What are you doing? You still staying here? Like, there's no saying, get out of here." Like, that's all she says. There's no after credits or nothing.
So she didn't get captured by the Suicide Squad. So that must happen in the movie
No.
then. That's happening in the movie because they said that they're going to start Suicide Squad off with a bunch because they're going to call it the Suicide Squad, or Suicide Squad or whatever they're going to call it, whatever. And then they said that they're going to have a lot of bad superheroes like villains.
Okay, so Birds of Prey is after, like it's the Birds of Prey is technically the sequel to Suicide Squad.
No, I know,
old
but
one.
the new
one
one
that she was in.
They said the new one's going to have a bunch of really crappy ones, and they're going to replace them with Michael Rooker as King Shark. They're going to have John Cena in there playing a character. Nathan Fillion's going to play a character. They're going to have a whole bunch of people, and they're bringing a couple of them back. And they said that they're going to basically they're going to start it off where the Suicide Squad is just starting, and they got crappy people. And then all of a sudden, they replace them with good criminals, the best ones, not the crappy no-name people. That's apparently the thing. They're supposed to have a lot of criminals in it, and a lot of them die, and then they kind of reboot the whole, and then she's supposed to be part of it. And they were saying that it was possible that she would have been captured at the end of Birds of Prey, but I guess they'll probably capture her while these dumbasses get killed because they have a bunch of people playing really bad characters.
Yeah, because throughout the movie, she always talks about how her Joker had treated her. They show some scenes from the Suicide Squad, like her jumping into the vat, him pulling her out.
Yeah, that was dumb. When the fact is, she really never did that. She just put face paint on for the clown and played the part because there was times they needed her without the face paint and the blonde hair to pull off being a doctor that no one knew. That was just so dumb. I hope Jared Leto doesn't come back. He's god awful. I wish they would just use Mark Hamill and that's it. Because the Joker doesn't have to fight. He could throw a few punches, get beat up, and if it's Mark Hamill doing the voice, that would be sick. Or even if they used the guy from you got DC Universe? Have you been watching that?
No, that's
Doomsday Patrol. Doom Patrol.
They had the Doom Patrol.
Yeah, the guy who plays Mr. Nobody, he plays in the Harley Quinn cartoon, which I gotta catch up on. He plays Joker, and he even has the face, dude. He's got blonde hair with the face, the eyes, and the jaw where he's like, Harley. And he does a good voice. He could play the Joker. But fucking what's his face being like, yes, I'm the Joker. You suck, Leto. Eat a dick. I hate him. He ruined the Joker. He is the worst Joker in the history of Jokers. I think the 1950s Joker was 1,000 times better than him. And that Joker sucked balls. Cesar Romero.
Oh, you mean the very first one?
Yeah, he was just a creepy looking clown that just wasn't scary. It was just looked like I Love Lucy. But
I can
all
see
right.
it.
Well, that's cool. I thank you, actors, ACTERZZ, for your help on me figuring things out. Because I know I ask a lot of questions about this stuff, but I want to know because dude, there's no movies, and this shit sucks, dude. What is it? Bloodshot or whatever that Vin Diesel's playing. That character.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think it is. I think you're actually correct. It is Bloodshot.
Now, is that's a Marvel or DC character?
I think it's a Marvel character.
Now, do you think it'll be? So you don't know anything about it?
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I was deciding whether I want to see that or My Spy with Dave Bautista because that shit looks funny. I mean, because if you've ever...
Unfortunately, the whole My Spy stuff, it's not what it's really like, but
It's Valiant Comics, a character created by Kevin. But Valiant is a part of DC, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he actually is.
I wonder if that's the same part as The Boys. Huh. That would be funny. Put him on that show. But I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate your knowledge, and I'm sure I'll be asking you again in another party hopping. Like, you know, hopefully earlier when it's not so late. My dog's crying 'cause he wants to see somebody that, you know, he wants to go out there, but then they'll just end up bringing him back in anyway. So it's like pointless. Yes, I love you too, little
True.
man. But that's it for episode 2 of Party Hopping. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe.
I do a little funky.
Oh, okay. That's a very good. That's real good.